Hey yo, welcome to the channel for my Premier League predictions, game week 37. It's been a long time. I uploaded a Premier League prediction video, and throughout the whole season you guys have stuck with me through the thick and thin, and I want to appreciate each and every one for the likes, comment, the motivation, the support. I mean, Mr. Footballer, I love you guys. It's been so good to me this season. I appreciate all the love and everything. Without wasting much of the time, let's get into the game week 37 predictions. To begin the game week 37 predictions, the first game is between Fulham versus Manchester City. We all know Manchester City is still in the title race, and there is no way going into this game against Fulham they are going to drop points. So going to this game, I'm predicting a straight win for Manchester City. I'm predicting City 3, Fulham 1. Oh yes, moving on to the next game is between AFC Bournemouth versus Brentford. Going to this game at Vitality Stadium. I mean, Bournemouth so far this season has been impressive, and I love the fact that the position they are. I mean, at the start of the season, nobody expected Bournemouth to be at this position. And Solanke this season and Ghanaian Semenyo, these guys are balling at the Vitality Stadium. Brentford, I'm not expecting anything from them, but going to this game, I'm predicting Bournemouth to Brentford 1. Then the next game is between Everton versus Sheffield United. Going to this game at game 37, Everton versus Sheffield United. Sheffield United so far so good. This team has been relegated back to the championship. So next season they will not be in the Premier League. Going to this game at Goodison Park, I'm expecting Everton to at least get the win from the game. And I'm predicting Everton to Sheffield United 0. Oh yes, moving on to the next game is between Newcastle United versus Brighton. Going to this game in game week 37, Newcastle so far so good. They are fighting for the top 6. They are fighting for the Europa League spot, and going to this game against Brighton team who is also at the mid-table. I mean, Brighton don't need a point for anything, but Newcastle need this point so that they can secure their chance of going to Europe this season. And going to this game against Brighton, I'm predicting a straight win for Newcastle. I'm predicting Newcastle United 3, Brighton 1. Moving on to the next game at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium is between Tottenham versus Burnley. Going to this game in game week 37, Tottenham so far so good. Even though they are fighting for Europa League spot, but they've lost 4 Premier League games in a row, which is unbelievable. And going to this game against Burnley, I'm not expecting Tottenham to at least even drop a point. So I'm predicting a straight win for Tottenham. I'm predicting Tottenham for Burnley 1. Oh yes, moving on to the next game at London Stadium is between West Ham United versus Luton Town. Even though West Ham so far so good this season, they have been impressive, but getting to the latter stage of this season, their performance is very bad, and they have been losing and dropping points all over the place. But going to this game against Luton Town, who is also fighting for their life at the relegation bottom, I think this will be a tough game for West Ham. But I'm tipping Luton Town to at least get a goal in this game. I'm predicting West Ham United to Luton Town 2. Moving on to the next game is between Wolves versus Crystal Palace. In game week 36, Crystal Palace were able to beat Manchester United by 4 goals to 0. And going into this game in game week 37 is very tough game for Wolves. I don't think they are going to take the lead, but I'm predicting a draw in this game. I'm predicting Wolves to Crystal Palace 2. Moving on to the next game is between Nottingham Forest versus Chelsea. So far so good, getting to the latter stage of this season, Chelsea has been impressive, and despite they lost 5-0 against Arsenal, since then they've bounced back and they are getting impressive results. And going to this game against the Nottingham Forest side, who is also fighting for relegation, I think this game will be a very very tough game. But going to this game, because Chelsea is on good form, I'm predicting a straight win for Chelsea. But I will not be surprised if Chelsea drop points in this game. But it is what it is. I'm predicting Chelsea 3, Nottingham Forest 1. Moving on on to the game of the weekend. Game week 36 is between Manchester United versus Arsenal. We all know Arsenal is now dangerous, fighting to win the Premier League this season. And you know, United is also fighting for Europa League spot. But it is what it is. In their last game against Crystal Palace, United lost 4-0, which was very bad results for them. But going to this game against Arsenal, I'm tipping Arsenal to get a win at Old Trafford. I'm predicting Arsenal 3, Man United 0. Moving on to the next and the last game in Premier League, game 37 is between Aston Villa versus Liverpool. Aston Villa so far so good. This season has been impressive and they have gotten a Champions League spot. So this season Aston Villa will be playing in the UEFA Champions League as well as Liverpool too. So I think these two teams, there is nothing to fight for in this game because their positions are secure. So going into this game, I'm predicting a draw here. I'm predicting Aston Villa to Liverpool 2. So these are my predictions for Premier League game week 37. If you're new here,